Hi guys, this is Jughead82 with another review, and this is another wrestling title for the Super Nintendo, a rare find. If you see it, I suggest picking it up, but this is my review of WCW Superbrawl Wrestling. So let's get this review started. Okay guys, this is WCW Superbrawl Wrestling for the Super NES. What can be said about this game? Okay, first of all, it's pretty hard to play. And when you first get the game, it's going to be kind of hard to do some of the moves. But as you continue to play the game, you get a hand of playing the game and so forth. This was also, believe it or not, one of the first games I believe to have commentary on it. Although it's brief, it's pretty innovative at the time. You have, of course, your 1 and 2 player, and you have your password. Basically, this is like just in case you ever want to do a save for your tournament, which is a little bit better than, let's say you're playing Royal Rumble at the time, because you have to play all the way through the tournament. The level of difficulties on this game are a little different. TV heavyweight means easy. USA heavyweight means medium. And of course hard would be world heavyweight. But we're going to play it on easy today. You have 3 falls for your settings, 3 minutes, 5, 10, 15, and 1 fall. We're going to do 1 fall because these matches can get long depending on how you want to do it. You have ring out, which is, you can have it or allow it. Basically not get counted out and so forth. Okay. Let's go on 1 player. You have single event, which is like exhibition. You have tournament. And you have ultimate challenge, which is kind of like a gauntlet. You got one-on-one and tag team. Like I said, this game came out around 93, between 93 and 94. So some of the wrestlers on this game were probably either out of WCW at the time, especially most notably Ric Flair, who at the time was actually in the WWF. So this is actually kind of amazing that he was on both games, because he was also on Royal Rumble for the Super NES. But you have Dustin Rhodes, Reynolds, you might know him as Goldust, Big Van Vader, the late great Ravishing Rick Rude, of course Ric Flair. You have Johnny B. Bad, but you might remember him as Mark Merrow. Oh, his real name is Mark Merrow. Rick Steiner, the Stinger, Flying Brian Pillman, the late Flying Brian Pillman, Scott Steiner, Ron Sims, damn, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Barry Windham. I'm going to probably go with Barry Windham. And as you can see, when you pick your wrestler, it has like information about the wrestler, their height, weight, and where they're from and so forth. His specialty is the superplex, which is kind of like a delayed superplex. It says, although a classic scientific wrestler, this Harley-Davidson riders and ruthlessness has seen many broken up alliances in his career quest and whatever for the top. But they have all this as it relates to any wrestler you pick. I'm facing Johnny B. Bad. When you first get a look at the game, you can see that it kind of has like a Fire Pro Wrestling feel to it. The game, like I say, it's pretty tough. If you're a novice, it's going to be hard for you to play this game, most definitely. The controls for this game are not like right now. I just got pins. Now another thing about this game, it's hard to kick out of pins, and the only way you can kick out of pins is you have to press the X and Y button at the same time on the joystick. So this is going to be like a button masher. But what you can do is like that move right there. It's basically as you're going towards your opponent, you lock different buttons in. Like I can go for a body slam with the X button and so forth. If I want to go for like a German suplex or something, I press down and A, or forward and A. We'll go for like a backbreaker. Basically you go for different varieties of moves. Each wrestler, of course, has the same moveset on this game. Each of them have the exact same move, with the exception of their specialty move. And of course, since he's the master of suplexes, Barry Windham's move is the delayed vertical suplex. like I say, very fun game once you get the hang of the controls. Like I said, the WCW games, especially the WCW Wrestling for the NES, were very innovative. I believe WCW Wrestling was the first wrestling game to have finishing moves, and it was kind of a counterpart to the WWF games that were coming out at the same time. Beautiful drop kick. Also, as you can tell, Tony Schiavone is doing the commentary for this game. And like I said, this is like the first game to have commentary on it for a wrestling game. You know what I'm saying? It's very minimal. When you do certain moves, he'll say something. See if I can get him for a spin like that. He's got him up. Finishers are pretty easy to go for. Well, go for it if you can time them right. If I press the button now, he's going to sit himself to go for a move, even though the wrestler's not there and so forth. But once you get the hang of it, it's very easy to go for it. As you can see by the people's faces, the wrestlers' faces, you see the little S buttons by my name and so forth. Those are my finishers. Basically, you get them up as you go for moves and so forth. The meter goes up and you collect about 4 of them. And also, when the wrestlers do go for their finishing move, they'll do a little catchphrase. You'll probably notice if I can put another finisher on him right now, they'll show his face and whatnot, on the screen. He'll say a little catchphrase. Referee's checking. Oh, very hard game. I'm button mashing the hell out of my joystick right now. Oh, invincible. 3. It's a fun game, but it's kind of hard at first when you get into the gameplay and so forth. But still a decent game although. Like I said, of course the game, like I said, it has a bunch of wrestlers on it and so forth. 12 wrestlers at the time was a lot. Some of the wrestlers in this game, you had, like I say, each wrestler's finishing move, of course. Pretty much just like who's Barry Windham, of course, you saw was like the vertical stalling suplex. Brian Pillman's move was the flying sunset flip. Dustin Rhodes, believe it or not, his move was the bulldog. Johnny B. Bad's was the tutti frutti left hook. The character was kind of fruity. Of course, Ric Flair's was the figure 4 leg lock. Rick Rude's, of course, the Rude Awakening and the neck breaker. Rick Steiner had the Steiner line, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat had the flying body press. Ron Sims, the power slam. Scott Steiner, the Frankensteiner. Sting, the Scorpion Death lock. And Vader had the power bomb. But the funny thing about it, Vader had the same move like Ron Sims, was the power slam. It was just a little typo on their part. Let's go and do another match. We're going to pick Ravishing Rick Rude. The sexiest man alive. And he's taking the nature boy, Ric Flair. Like I said, I love this game. It's fun once you get the hang of the controls. And it's a pretty decent game. Ric Flair got me with another little lax. But like I said, it's more of a timing strategy like on this game, because like the moves I'm going for, I basically have to time it off to the point when Ric Flair gets up. You can pick the wrestler up also with just pressing the X button right on the ground, but the wrestlers, like if you do a move, they come up quick. Like that's the tombstone I just put on Ric Flair. He's up like that. Plus, like I said, this game is very rare. I think I got this one off of GameStop when they were still selling older games on their website, and I was basically got it because I was interested in playing a WCW game that was an older WCW game. But the game is very fluent. As you can see, the way Ric Flair does his finisher, he would have to go toward the legs and do his move and so forth. Ric Flair, you have no chance. Get up. It's over. It's time for the Rude Awakening. Bam! It's over. Count, ref. But guys, this is Jughead82, and this has been my review of WCW Superbrawl Wrestling. Hope this review was very informative. This is Jughead82 signing off.